Hello from Brussels, I'm Mark Watts, and this week we're going to take a deep dive into some of the big stories here in the capital of Europe. Firstly, as temperatures soar to record levels for February here in Belgium, the European Commission announced a new strategy, accepting that tackling climate change won't be enough. We're going to have to adapt to it too. We'll take a look at that shortly. Secondly, on Horizon Europe, 10 billion euros for 10 new platforms, many of them for transport, including rail, aviation and biofuels, all of them open to UK participation. Thirdly, free roaming. Commission plans to extend free roaming in the EU for a further 10 years. Fourth, on tourism, are we going to get those green passes to allow us to have our summer vacation in Europe this year? And finally, the big story coming up next week. All that and more. Welcome to WattsUp. Welcome to WattsUp, and the big development this week in Brussels was the publication by the European Commission of their new strategy on climate change adaptation. This is a remarkable and radical shift for the European Commission that up until now has been reluctant to embrace climate change adaptation, fearing it may undermine their wider carbon reduction agenda. But now they're accepting that even if Europe becomes the world's first carbon neutral continent by 2050, and there are massive reductions in carbon emissions between now and then, it won't be enough. There's too much carbon in the system to prevent catastrophic climate change effects here in Europe and the world. Hence the need for this new adaptation strategy that will be pursued in parallel with their ambitious Green Deal ambitions to reduce carbon emissions. Let's listen to what the Commission's Vice President Frans Timmermans had to say.
Back to the issue of the climate adaptation strategy. It really is a pleasure for me to present it to you today. You know that for many, many years we sort of avoided talking too much about adaptation because it felt like sort of admitting defeat in the wake of the climate crisis. But now we fully understand that if we want to be a climate neutral continent by 2050, if we want to be successful in tackling this incredible challenge, including the challenge of the biodiversity loss, we need to have an adaptation strategy. If we don't act, our children and grandchildren may face a world where Mad Max Fury Road is not just a movie scenario in 2050.
Frans Timmermans there speaking at the launch of the Commission strategy. They've also published a new film, and we'd like to share that with you now.
Even if we could cut all greenhouse gas emissions today, the effects of climate change are already here. So we need to do much more to adapt to the consequences of climate change we cannot avoid. The new EU adaptation strategy will help us get there. By preparing for climate change, we can become more resistant to extreme weather. We need to improve our infrastructure, invest more in solutions from science and nature, help other countries to adapt and learn from them too. We want to do more to protect people, livelihoods and nature in Europe and around the world, reducing risks for our planet and for future generations.
There's likely to be a robust response from politicians, businesses and NGOs to this new strategy. We'll be reporting back in the next WattsUp what those reactions were. The next big development in Brussels was on research and development, in particular 10 new partnerships being set up under Horizon Europe, many of them in the transport sector, including rail, aviation and cleaner and alternative fuels, funded by a massive 10 billion euro budget, all seeking to try and encourage greater private sector participation, and all eligible for UK participation from UK stakeholders, because this is one bit of the EU the UK decided to retain membership of as part of the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. If you want more information on this, contact us directly or check out the link below this video. The third major development was the announcement by the European Commission that they want to roll forward the free roaming provisions for mobile phones from 2022 to 2032. This is what Frans Timmermans had to say.
We also adopted a new regulation proposal on roaming, one of the big EU successes. As the current regulation expires next year, our proposal will allow travellers in the EU to continue calling, texting and using data without additional charges, and it will allow me as a parent not to have to say to my kids when we cross the border, shut your phone.
And the fourth story was tourism, with growing demands now from industry for common vaccination certificates being backed by many member states and members of the European Parliament. Based on the Israeli Green Pass model, this is designed to kickstart the tourism season here in Europe this year. And there are fears that if that doesn't happen, the industry won't recover to 2019 levels until 2023, with, as a result, 6 million jobs at risk. And that's likely to be the issue that dominates next week, with tourism ministers from across Europe gathering in a virtual session to discuss what they can do to help the beleaguered tourist sector. Green passes are likely to be high on their agenda. We'll keep you posted on that and other developments in the next WhatsUp. I hope you found it useful. I hope you like. I hope you share. I hope you tell me what you think. And between now and the next WhatsUp, I hope you stay safe.